number one reason most guitarists stay stuck in their guitar playing for their entire life, playing the same old rock and blues licks, is because they didn't have add arpeggios to their playing. I'm not talking about triads even, we leave that for metal players. I'm talking about 4-note arpeggios, tetrads. They will add a sophistication to your playing like nothing else ever will. So in this lesson I'm teaching a kind of really cool workout to work on those tetrads or arpeggios. The first step, guys, is learning the shapes, of course, right? You need to know the underlying shapes of that workout I'm going to show you. So in the description below, as always, I've designed that the first day I started Introspection Academy, is that arpeggio workout of mine, 10 pages, 22 shapes. You will need to learn 20 shapes. Yes, you will. Right, guys, you can get in the description below. Also gives a 3-part video series of Greg Howe, because this is Greg Howe, kind of fusion-y inspired channel, of course, into your email, right? So get that first, guys, so at least you know the shapes. And now let's get into that workout. Before we dive into the actual workout itself, just know it's a very musical exercise, meaning it's played completely over a C-Dorian static kind of chord backing track. But it's also gonna work over an F7 Mixolydian track, or it's gonna work over a B-flat major Ionian context, right, guys? This is all the same. So that's one. Secondly, I'm not playing the arpeggio shapes just up and down, right? That would be a kind of boring exercise. By the way, we leave playing arpeggio shapes up and down for metal players, right? Let me tease the metal players, right? We're doing what I'm calling meandering river line, right? We're using the arpeggio shapes, of course, but I'm also using other notes from the scale to kind of create a really flowing line, or kind of Greg Howe style line. Instead of going, right, just playing it up and down, I'm going. Even at the end, adding a little bit of chromaticism, right, to make it more interesting, a little bit more fusiony, trying to open up your ears for those sounds as well. So it's really meandering river. Of course, you need to know the shape that I'm using. You need to see that underlying shape. That's why the arpeggio guide is so important, to learn the shapes first, but then enjoy those lines that I've created for you and see how they're beautifully meander throughout that shape, guys. There's also the cool thing also is during the complete workout, I'm using the same contour. So the river will flow always the same way through those different arpeggio shapes. It's just a very cool thing to experience once you get into the workout itself, guys, alright? Anyway, last thing to mention, this is not only a workout. These are just 7 incredibly cool lines, right? You can just use them straight away. After this lesson, you can use exercise number 4 as a crazy good line. It's not only an exercise, it's also a really cool line. So I'm trying to inspire you as well, and connect the dots, guys. You will, by playing the exercise, there should be a lot of things that really come together in your head concerning arpeggio playing. Anyway, last thing, you'll see in screen tabs as always, and just know, guys, I'm a Greg Howe super freak, I guess, so I'm doing this kind of modern fusion thing that a lot of those guys do. So there's a little bit of hybrid picking there, meaning some notes will be an up pluck with the middle finger of my right hand, in my case, which is indicated by a little M in the tabs, and there's also a trademark technique of Greg there, which is the hammer-on from nowhere, right? Certain notes, only one note I believe in every exercise is just hammered on a string which was not previously picked, which is called a hammer-on from nowhere, right? Anyway, guys, nothing more to say. Let's get now really into the workout. Let's go. Guys, congratulations, you made it. Anyway guys, try to be here weekly, sharing my knowledge about Greg Howe style or fusion style in general, trying to help rock and blues players. Consider subscribing to the channel to not miss any lesson in the future. Really trying to be here weekly. Also guys, now than ever, it's more important to get my arpeggio guys, because first of all, those shapes, right? You need to know the shapes as a beginner, then you'll get more out of the workout, right? Also, big shout out to my Patreon, so you can get the tablature and the Guitar Pro 7 files on Patreon. Here are my Patrons, people supporting me there for just $5 a month. There's also a higher tier and so on and so on, but you can check that out yourself. And finally, here's an old video of me, guys, this is one of my initial videos where I talked about that arpeggio guide and also showing my kind of story about arpeggios in general and some cool lines as well. You can check that out here, and I'll see you next week.